Hello everyone, welcome back to Metis IS. This is Sonia Gupta, and today we are going to do achievements of rural development or Panchayati Raj. So, as we have already seen up to the committees, then we have done the salient features, and over that, we started doing the achievements whether it has been able to fulfill its objectives or not. So, if you remember that the objectives of Panchayati Raj institutions, PRI institutions, were what? So, PRI institutions, there were two main objectives. One was economic development and other is social justice. So when I talked about women empowerment, women led development, so we have already seen in one case social justice that women have been empowered. Almost 44% women are now the part of Panchayat Raj workforce, right? So what were the issues? Economic development, social justice with regard to women, and social justice with regard to caste system. Now, here we'll be doing with regard to economic development. See, the progress of economic development is seen by the schemes which are provided because their main work is implementation, so that easy, smooth implementation of programs takes place. So, when we talk about rural development achievements, we have to look at that scheme whether those schemes were implemented successfully. So if I talk about housing scheme, so housing scheme was implemented very successfully by Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana. So by Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana, in the rural area the houses were provided to people. Next is infrastructure facilities. So, if you know that the road connectivity has increased, we have one of the largest road connectivity in the world, and in the rural areas, it has increased tremendously with the institutions of Panchayati Raj. Right. Next is employment. In case of employment, there is a scheme called as Mahatma Gandhi National Rural Employment Guarantee Act. So when we know that the what are the issues of villages, so one of the issue of villages or in our Indian economy is that the workforce which is employed in agriculture sector is almost 45% in case of agriculture, while the GDP share is just 16 to 18%. Means there is lots of disguised unemployment, or I would say underemployment in this sector. Workforce is way too bigger than the GDP share. That means this workforce has to be shifted or they has to be given some work to the other sectors. So there are several schemes in it, and in the infrastructure program, when infrastructure development has to take place, so we employ that workforce and give them rural employment. And for that, here PRI is responsible for 50% of the work execution. So the symmetry between Manrega and infrastructure has been created by Panchayati Raj. They also identify which infrastructure projects has to be made, and then they also help in execution through Manrega. Another important key program or the flagship scheme of government with respect to panchayats were the or the rural areas were the sanitation, because there was open defecation issue. There was the issue of the toilets are not there at home. There was the issue that water is not supplied properly. So Swachh Bharat Abhiyan was launched. It's a flagship scheme, and under which the open defecation free objective were taken, and panchayats were able to implement those programs very successfully. Apart from that, the older running programs where beneficiaries are identified, the services are provided to them. So PRI actively engages in public distribution system as well as national social assistance program also. So those who are in need, they can avail these opportunities, these benefits when and so required using the Panchayati Raj institutions. Next is in case of caste system. whether political participation of the marginalized communities have been increased or not. So SC and ST have provided with the reservation already at union and state level, but 73rd Amendment Act provided them with the panchayats also, local self-government also. So reservation ensured that their participation has increased with SC and ST both. Right. Then grassroots democracy, yes, the grassroots democracy has increased. Why? Because regular elections are taking place, there is fixed tenure, and since regular elections and fixed tenure are there, they have created political stability. That the government is there, the panchayat government is there for 5 years, and hence they are held accountable also, because when they are finishing their term, if they are not finishing, they'll just say that we don't know, we are not allowed to work. But when the power has been given, the authority has been given, then it has increased accountability, it has strengthened the democratic process at village. Okay, so these are the successes of Panchayati Raj. In the next video, this was a very small video. In the next part, we'll see the key challenges of the PRI. We'll dive in detail. What are the key challenges? We'll categorize them so that it's easy for us to remember. And then we'll see this whole chart where all the problems and with examples, the data which you can use directly in your examination are listed here. So do come and watch the next part of the challenges also.